Graduate candidates, friends, family, and distinguished guests. My name is Bruce Burton, and it is my honor to welcome you to the 27th commencement ceremony of the Chamberlain University College of Nursing, Columbus, Ohio campus. I would now like to introduce you to the Chamberlain College of Nursing 2019 graduate candidates. Please be seated. Take a minute to remind you to please turn your cell phones to silent, if you don't mind. At this time, I'd like to take a moment to recognize the platform party participants here on the stage. Dr. Judith Kimchi Woods, Campus President, Dr. Taryn Hill, Dean of Academic Affairs, William Baker, Associate Dean of Faculty, Dr. Pooja Shahai, Associate Dean of General Education, Professor Sherry Francis, Assistant Dean of Student Learning, and today's keynote speaker, Jessica Marshall. I'd also like to recognize our esteemed faculty seated on stage and the staff seated in the audience. It is now my pleasure to introduce Dr. Judith Kimchi Woods, Chamberlain College Campus President.
Dear graduates, deans, faculty, staff, and esteemed guests, it is my pleasure to start our commencement ceremony by congratulating each of you on achieving a very important milestone in your life, becoming an extraordinary Chamberlain registered nurse, and also obtaining a master's degree. A very remarkable woman, Shirley Chisholm, who was the first African-American congresswoman in 1968, coined the proverb, "Service is the rent we pay for the privilege of living on this earth." Today begins your life of purposeful service to others as registered nurses, earning your privilege. Your service will take many forms, as there are hundreds of types of positions nurses can hold. You can help bring babies into the world or console a family who had just lost one, administer treatments, medications, encouraging words, and smiles. You will prepare patients for surgery, feed, bathe, clothe, and ambulate thousands and thousands of men, women, and children throughout your career. You will be the one holding a hand, wiping a tear, and saying a last goodbye. There's no other calling greater than helping people in need. The nurse's role of caring for people from birth to death is noble and a great privilege. It is a fulfilling life of service to others. I'm so proud of each of you. So go into the world and make your mark, make a difference, as yours is a lifelong career. Remember that the nursing profession needs you, your intelligence, your knowledge, your creativity, and your voice. Nursing will evolve into what your generation and the generations after you envision it to become. So be bold. We are here to celebrate you and all the people who have helped you along the way On behalf of the faculty and staff of Chamberlain College of Nursing, I thank you for choosing Chamberlain to accompany you on your journey. I commend you on your accomplishments and wish you success at the start of your new career and in all your future endeavors. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Woods. It's with great pleasure that I'd like to introduce you to this evening's commencement speaker, Jessica Marshall. Jessica is an alumna of the Chamberlain University Columbus campus and is currently a blood and bone marrow transplant charge nurse and preceptor at the James Cancer Center at Ohio State University. Jessica first started her educational journey at University of Miami in Ohio, where she obtained a bachelor's degree in psychology, worked in research for several years, and then was also able to present a poster at the Kentucky University Child Psychology Convention on how social interaction contributes to visual spatial performance in preschool children. After Miami, Jessica landed a research position at Nationwide Children's Hospital, where she worked in biopsychology. While at Nationwide, she worked on various projects ranging from decreasing infant mortality in teen pregnancy to creating an innovative screening process for domestic violence through the emergency department. Through her 6 years at Nationwide, she's been published in 2 journals, the Pediatric Emergency Care and the Journal of Child Neurology. The medical and nursing staff at Children's inspired her to become a nurse. She attended Chamberlain University College of Nursing at the Columbus campus beginning in 2013. During her course of study, she was voted president of the Columbus Student Nurse Association and was the first to apply for a national position at the National Student Nurses Association. She also won multiple scholarships, as well as Executive Women's Scholar and Chief Steward and Women of the Year. She was a student speaker at her own 2015 graduation and graduated cum laude with honor. She's currently working as a clinical ladder at the James, obtaining her oncology certification, and she plans to go back to school for her DNP. Please help me in welcoming Jessie to the podium.
Hey, everybody. Today I stand here before you because of your accomplishment. I want to congratulate you guys. I would also like to take the time to thank all the mentors, teachers, and staff as well. And to the beloved family members and friends who made this day possible, thank you for your time, energy, support, and patience through all the mental breakdowns in making this day a reality. Yes, thank you. When I was asked to write this speech, I started to panic, and it's the kind of panic that you had back in return demonstration for sterile technique. As a new graduate, what would I want to hear to prepare me for nursing? I will start with this. 3 things that helped me my first year and still help me today. 1, learning that's normal. 2, asking myself, what's the big picture? And 3, reflecting on why did I become a nurse? So I'm going to need a little bit of participation here. Just repeat after me, that's normal. Thank you. You walk onto the unit looking scared, lost, and confused. You hear report for the first time and think, what in the heck are they talking about? You remember and use something random you learned in nursing school and actually think, hey, I am smart. Someone asks you to grab something and you don't know where it is or what it is. You ask your patient what day it is just so that you're reminded. You stay over to chart. You can't sleep the night before you go into work. When Fridays don't mean anything anymore. You get report that they were fine, but actually they come out just about intubated. You see, in your first year, you will make mistakes. Learn from them. I can tell you firsthand, the learning never ends. And those care plans you painstakingly went through will never end. It just looks a little different unless you come to OSU. In my first year, I suffered from anxiety related to sleepless nights, no social life, as evidenced by coffee-induced tachycardia, missed alarms, and after-shift charting. The best thing my mentor ever told me my first year was that it's 24-hour nursing, meaning whatever needs to be done will be done. So then I moved to what's the big picture? It is important to remember the big picture. We are here for the patient and their family. Nurses are leaders, educators, advocates, caregivers, and sometimes computer technicians. Everyone in healthcare has a specific goal. Doctors are treating illness. Physical therapy is rehabbing muscle weakness. Nutrition is sustaining life. Pharmacy is treating symptoms, but the nurse is tying it all together by treating people. You are well positioned to be the brains, hands, and heart of healthcare. You are well positioned. You are the ones making a difference firsthand in the snapshot of people's lives. We are the ones witnessing life and loss. We are the ones catching near misses. We are the ones thinking about how to make the healthcare plan actually work for the patient. That's what we do. It is our duty to protect, advocate, and lead. Let's be the nurse you want taking care of you or your family members one day. Let's transform healthcare. So then remembering why. Why in the world did I get into this field? Nursing is the most trusted profession. It is the largest task force and most rapidly growing according to the Labor Bureau statistics. Nurses are the glue of healthcare. They don't call it frontline for nothing. You see, you will walk through with people at their worst times. That is why it is important to remember why you chose to be a nurse in the first place. One of the greatest things I've learned is that no matter who you are, no matter what you accomplished in life, how educated or wealthy you are, illness strikes all. Illness reminds us of our mortality. It's what makes us human. Making connections, sitting alongside people, showing you care is the backbone of nursing. It's what holds us upright. It's what makes this profession so unique. Our connections with others are long-lasting and impactful. So no matter how hard it gets, no matter how demanding, you can do this. I will end with this, a note from my patient on the blood and bone marrow transplant on one of the worst days of her life while battling cancer. Thank you for supporting me when I couldn't support myself and giving me the courage to take each day at a time as I fight for my life. I am forever grateful. Thank you for being my sunshine on my cloudy day. Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you, Jessica, for those inspiring words to our graduates. Now I'd like to invite Cameron Jerkowski, a graduate candidate of the BSN class, to the stage to address his fellow graduates.
No funny faces, all right? Don't make me laugh. All right. Good evening. Thank you for attending the commencement ceremony of our graduating class. I'm honored to be selected to represent our class and share with you a bit about our journey these past few years. It took me longer than I anticipated to write this speech, which, if you know me, you know I don't have trouble putting my thoughts in public. I tried to think about how I was going to convey to everyone the unique experiences that each and every student before you has gone through and truly put an exclamation point on the final chapter of this portion of our lives. I thought to myself, maybe I'll try to work on it during shift one night, try to get some inspiration. But unfortunately, it's my turn to deal. Apple CEO Tim Cook once said, "For the most important decisions in your life, trust your intuition and then work with everything you have to prove it right." I love this quote as it reinforces the belief that we must first trust ourselves and what we believe to be right. Nursing school in particular is about bridging the gap between conscious and unconscious parts of our mind to be successful. It's an impossible task to remember everything we see in a book or are taught in a lecture. Believe me, I've tried. What any professor or student will tell you, however, is to go with that first answer, the one you thought was right all along. We may not know why it sounds good, but odds are that information is in there. Perhaps from an experience you had on a clinical day, or maybe firsthand from a family member or a friend sometime throughout your life. That to me is the beauty of nursing as a profession. You never know when you may need it, but no knowledge is insignificant. The students before you have come from all walks of life, some young, some of us a little older, and some of us a little older than that. Each with different family dynamics, some with kids or multiple jobs, some with financial hardships or money they've saved just for their pursuit of this career. Whatever stress your life has thrown at you sometimes seems to pale in comparison to the challenges you face during nursing school. But in the end, that's what makes today all the sweeter. When I think of our class, I don't think of any one person. I think of a family of professionals equipped with the tools to be successful and make an impact on the lives of others, which is what nursing is all about. I want to share with you briefly a story about what that impact looks like to me. When I was a younger LPN, I worked in OB. I love the patience and the joy that was often seen after labor or when welcoming a new family member into the world. One night, I encountered a mom that wasn't having such a happy experience. Barely 24 weeks pregnant, she had been diagnosed with a fairly rare condition that came with it at a heavily increased risk of life-threatening bleeding should she go into labor. She was ordered to maintain her inpatient hospital stay until she delivered, and for the development of her child, we hoped would be almost 2.5 months down the road. Now, anyone who's been in the hospital for an extended period of time knows just how mentally and physically draining that can be. For the next 6 weeks, the staff and myself got to know her and her family. We shared our stories and took part in her other children's birthdays. She became accustomed to our morning and nightly nursing care and basically had a permanent residence inside one of our antepartum rooms. But every person has a breaking point, and she was no different. Myself and other nurses regularly saw the toll it took on her and wondered what we could do to show we're in this with her. She was an elementary school teacher and would regularly tell us how she missed her students. That's it, we thought. Her class knew she was in the hospital and that she would be for some time. A few of us coordinated with her school and had her class make crafts that no doubt look similar to the ones your parents displayed on your fridge. One day, while her and her husband were out walking the facility, we rushed into her room and put all the crafts on the wall. Hearts, dinosaurs, balloons, anything else the kids came up with went on the wall. Then we waited. Like kids waiting for the varsity roster to be posted, we all peered down the hallway as they returned. When she emerged from the room a short time later, tears already on her face, she saw us all standing outside the door and immediately broke down. She hugged all of us and tried to convey the gratitude for what we had done, but couldn't really find the words. "This is why we're here," said one nurse. That statement has always stuck with me throughout my career and throughout school. Nursing is a profession that rewards you tremendously if you give yourself to it, and oftentimes the character of the nurse is just important as the knowledge they possess. Let's lighten the mood a little bit and revisit some of the milestones we've experienced these past few years. Now, I'm not going to go into too much detail because I don't want some of you guys running out of the room and having flashbacks. Our first exam. Nervous yet confident, one by one we left the room after we finished, all with our own belief of how we did, only to argue amongst ourselves later about which orange is orangest. But we grew stronger. Our first sim lab. While it's explained beforehand that this is a learning environment and don't be afraid to ask questions, nothing really compares to having 50 of your classmates watch you fumble around the room from a TV screen. But we grew stronger. Our first clinical day. Most of the students in this class had current jobs that required some form of patient care. Some did not. But nothing compares to the feeling of increased responsibility and self-development you experience being attached to your clinical instructor as you pass a med or perform a new intervention. Discussing outcomes and how to improve performance afterwards only adds to the confidence we have the next time we step into the room by ourselves. And we grew a little bit stronger. Our final exam. A clear path to success placed in front of us with countless hours of preparation on practice questions, papers, care plans, presentations, and some tears thrown in. Pass the test, you've done it. But we weren't done, were we? This is what comes next. NCLEX. Now, every student has their own way of preparing for an exam. This test is no different. Nursing school is difficult, but we have been getting stronger and stronger through each challenge we've successfully navigated. Surely, we could do this. And now, if you've never taken the NCLEX exam, it's commonplace to walk out feeling like crap, feeling like you failed, and this is just how it is. Now, if you know me, I usually don't get nervous before exams. Everyone feels like they failed, I told myself. Well, the 24 hours after I walked out of the testing center were some of the worst of my life. You couldn't talk me off the edge. I'm willing to bet 90% of the graduates in front of you feel the same way. The other 10% are lying. As we look back at all the steps we took together and where we stand now, it's clear that we learned to take care of our patients by first learning to take care of each other. I feel incredibly honored and proud to speak on behalf of this amazing class, as we are truly one of a kind. In closing, I'd like to take a moment to recognize the university staff, clinical instructors, tutors, professors, and all those who had a hand in helping us achieve what we set out to do so many semesters ago. Please join me in a round of applause. I'll leave you with a quote from writer C.S. Lewis. You can't go back and change the beginning, but you can start where you're at and change the ending. Good luck to all my fellow graduates. Go write your ending.
Thank you, Cameron. Now it's time to begin the pinning and diploma ceremony. It's an important day for our graduates, and out of courtesy of all the graduate candidates, we'd like to ask you to hold your applause until everyone has received his or her diploma. I'd like to invite to the podium up here President Kimchi Woods, Associate Dean of Faculty William Baker, and Dean of Academic Affairs Taryn Hale to present the diplomas to the graduate candidates.
Will the Master of Science degree in nursing candidates please rise and line up to the right of the stage? Brooke Abraham. Gertrude Ockenking. Tamu S. Brown. Carrie Michelle Cunningham. Carla Jean Downey. Angela Veronica Edgergian. Christian Janae Graves. Melissa A. Henry Sweet. Karina Hernandez. Jennifer Louise Lamboy. Ashley Marie Luster. Carissa Ann McLeod. Crystal Nicole McKinley. Misty Myers. Jan Renee Rader. Olivia Ray. Taylor Nicole Sigmund. Jessica Lynn Sutherland. Morgan L. Stileskool. Ernestine Azinkin Tesson. Congratulations, Master of Science in Nursing graduate candidates. You may be seated. Joining me for the pinning of the BSN graduate candidates are Professor Lisa Rossi and Professor Molly Wiley. Will the Bachelor of Science in Nursing candidates please rise and line up to the right of the stage? I'm not sure when to start, I guess, when the music starts. Fardosa Abdiwahab Abdirahman. Ladon Hassan Adam. Pima Andrugisarba. Catherine Ann Antle. Abina S. Antwi. Kelly Elizabeth Arter. Eunice Ayakaden. Lauren Ashley Baker. Alexis Lee Binford. Lay. Tolisha Fakida Burkessa. Kimberly D. Blackman. Jacqueline Afriya Watting. Courtney Nicole Callahan. Alexis Nicole Caparaz. Ashlyn Renee Davis. Allison Renee Dubel. Nicole Ann Duffy. Carolyn Virginia Eisenhart. Hala Eliasa. Tiffany Christine Elrod. Jessica N. Evans. Michaela Catherine Fanger. Abigail Ann Finney. Sonia Gacko. Kaylee Marie Gibson. Igor Grachaka. Jasmine Jane Hackbarth. Bilad Hassan. Nubia Hoyt. Melissa Hutchison. Cameron Yorkovsky. Lauren Ashley Kirikoff. Caitlin May Lias. Sherry Lyons. Jessica Raquel Marberger. Angelina R. McCool. Lauren Claire Mingle. Gertrude Mucci. Jessica A. Newhard. Joshua Troy Nyheiser. Rochelle Santos Pale. Adriana Rose Lee Pelfrey. Jordan Renee Pennington. Emily Elizabeth Shank. Janice Skeldon. Christina Skeldon. Shauna Anna Smith. Chris M. Sobecki. Melissa Renee Stutzman. Curtis R. Vance. Jamie Renee Vanderveer. Jordan Zent. Congratulations, Bachelor of Science in Nursing graduate candidate.
Will the candidates for the degree of Master of Science in Nursing please rise? You guys. Will the bachelor degree students please take their seats? Thank you. President Kimchi Woods, as Dean at Chamberlain University College of Nursing and on behalf of the faculty, I hereby certify that these students have completed their requirements for the Masters of Science in Nursing degree and recommend that they be awarded this degree.
Dr. Hill, upon these recommendations and the authority vested in me by the Ohio Board of Nursing and Chamberlain Board of Trustees, and Chamberlain's provost, I hereby confer upon these students the degree of Masters of Science in Nursing with all the honors and responsibilities pertaining thereunto. Please join me in congratulating these graduates.
You may sit. Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Nursing please rise? President Kimchi Woods, as Dean of Chamberlain University College of Nursing, and on behalf of the faculty, I hereby certify that these students have completed the requirements for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Nursing, and I recommend they be awarded this degree.
Dr. Hill, upon these recommendations and the authority vested in me by the Ohio Board of Nursing, the Chamberlain Board of Trustees, and Chamberlain Provost, I hereby confer upon these students the degree of Bachelor of Science in Nursing with all the honors and responsibilities pertaining thereunto. Please join me in congratulating these graduates. All graduates, please stand. Turn your tassels from the right to the left of your mortarboard to signify that you are now graduates of Chamberlain University College of Nursing. Congratulations. I would like now to invite Dr. Melissa Luton to the stage to lead the Nurses' Pledge.
Graduates, please remain standing. I would like to invite all nurses seated on the stage and in the audience to stand and turn to page 10 and recite with me the Nurses' Pledge. I pledge in the presence of this assembly to practice my profession faithfully. I will do all in my power to maintain and elevate the standard of my profession and will hold in confidence all personal matters committed to my keeping and all family affairs coming to my knowledge of my profession. I will devote myself to the welfare of those committed to my care. Graduates, you may be seated.
Thank you, Dr. Luton. I'd now like to invite Professor Lacey Hager, President of the Columbus Chapter Alumni Association, to the podium for the Alumni Address.
Good evening, graduates. I'm so grateful to be here to welcome you to your Chamberlain Alumni Association. As a member of the Chamberlain Alumni Association myself, I know the kind of profound impact you will have on the lives of all of your patients. Today, as a Chamberlain graduate, you automatically become a member of the Alumni Association. There are no dues or fees to belong. That's right, it's completely complimentary. The mission of the Alumni Association is to support you. Our goal is to continue the same support and care that you receive from Chamberlain since day one. Now that you've crossed this stage today, I invite you to the next step to stay connected and become involved in the Alumni Association. We provide specific benefits for our alumni, such as continued access to library resources, connections to over 20,000 colleagues and classmates, mentoring opportunities, networking events, and career assistance. So I urge you to let us help you by staying in contact with Chamberlain through the Alumni Association. We are here for you. We want to partner with you so that you can achieve your goals and reach your dreams. Your graduation today is the beginning of a lifetime partnership with Chamberlain through the Alumni Association. Your success is our success. And now I congratulate you again, and I challenge you to be an example of an extraordinary Chamberlain nurse. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Hager. We'd now like to thank all the family, friends, and distinguished guests for attending tonight's ceremony. We ask that you please remain seated while the faculty and graduates recess. Please join me in congratulating the 2019 graduates of the Chamberlain University College of Nursing.